Will Bitcoin crash with the stock market? We're going to be talking about that. Is there a stock market crash coming? And if it is, how will Bitcoin react? I'm going to give you my thoughts, and I'm going to give you sort of, what I'm doing, my common sense advice, even understanding that there's a real possibility we're going to have a major stock market crash and or a major crash in cryptocurrency prices. Yes, I said that is a real possibility. Nobody actually knows, but I'm going to give you my thoughts in this video. Before we get started, if you love earning passive, if you love cryptocurrency, you love earning passive cryptocurrency, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter down in the description. In this newsletter, I talk about several ways that you can earn a passive stream of cryptocurrency, passive income through cryptocurrency. All right. Let's get on with it. So this video is all coming from what made me think about doing this video. Something I've been thinking about for a while. I've been discussing it with some of my cryptocurrency friends and some non-crypto friends as well who are interested in the economy and whatnot. And I saw this article and I thought, okay, now's the perfect time to really give this to those of you that are here in this community watching this video, my subscribers and YouTube world out there. So Warren Buffett index predicts Warren Buffett index predicts stock market crash. How will Bitcoin react? It's really the Buffett indicator. That's a crappy headline. The Buffett indicator. So the Buffett indicator has hit levels unseen since the dot-com bubble, and Bitcoin could see a major reaction in the event of a major crash in stocks. Okay, first of all, if you don't know who this guy is, then you have to be brand new to finance in general and investing in general. Warren Buffett is the greatest investor of all time based on returns, meaning based on what he's actually has invested and what the returns that he's gotten back. He's waiting his 80-something-year-old right now. So what exactly is the Buffett indicator? So back in the 2000s during the dot-com bubble, Warren Buffett said that anyone could have seen the crash coming if they had paid attention. The dot-com bubble, he said anyone could have seen it from a mile away if they had basically paid attention to the total stock market index, meaning basically the total of all the entire stock market as a whole, not just the Dow, not just the S&P, the entire whole stock market. That index, there's an index that tracks that. It's called the Wilshire 5000 index. And basically, he's like, if you'd have tracked the entire stock market and compared it to the GDP and you'd have looked at that ratio, then you could have seen that basically the markets were overvalued and an impending crash is coming. Well, what this article is talking about, let's just go through it. That is the Buffett indicator, basically comparing the Wilshire 5000 index to the GDP in the U.S. The Buffett indicator is hinting that the United States stock market is currently at dot-com bubble levels. Yahoo Finance reported on August 20th, the indicator divides the Wilshire 5000 index by the GDP of the U.S. Meanwhile, on August 14th, Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway invested in Barrick Gold. This was huge news when I saw this. The second largest precious metal miner in the world, some analysts said it could benefit Bitcoin in the long term as it coincides with the stock market bubble alarm. The historic average of the indicator is 1, and before the dot-com bubble, it hovered at 1.71. Currently, the Buffett indicator is reportedly at 1.7, signaling that the stock market is highly overvalued. That means if it corrected down to 1, you're going to be seeing about a 41% correction. That's enormous. I mean, that's enormous. And if it was to go back down to 0.8, which it has been before, if it was to go that low, you're talking about basically a 50% correction in the market. That's just insane to think about. And I fully believe that's possible. If the stock market slumps as investors fear the overvaluation of equities, Bitcoin could see a major reaction. Does this provide any glimpse into Bitcoin's long-term trend? According to Tom Issei, the founder of Seven's report, research stocks are considered as fundamentally overvalued when the Buffett indicator hits 1.3. The current level of 1.7 indicates that there is a potential for a steep downtrend in the stock market if the trend reverses, he explained. What does it mean for us? It means stay long stocks and long dated accounts and make sure you own assets such as a house, etc. But it also means the asset inflation cycle better not stop. Notice what this is huge right here. It also means the asset inflation cycle, meaning printing of money to keep the stock market going, printing of money to keep the economy going. It means people getting stimulus checks has to continue. Otherwise, we could be in trouble, because as the 1.7 times total market cap to GDP ratio tells us if asset inflation stops, it's a long, long way down to fundamental support. Throughout the past 4 months, Bitcoin has shown some correlation with the S&P 500 and gold. Since last July, due to the decline in the US dollar, Bitcoin has more closely followed the price of the precious metal. An argument could be made that a potential pullback in the U.S. stock market could strengthen Bitcoin's momentum. Some institutions have started to consider Bitcoin as a legitimate store of value, causing institutional inflows into Bitcoin despite. This is a little bit misleading. This frustrates me with articles, but there's one major institution that's done the overwhelming majority of the buying. They're buying about 50% of all Bitcoin mined right now, and that's Grayscale. So it's primarily one institution, not some institutions. The correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 broke slightly in the past week as stocks continued to surge. The price of Bitcoin rejected at 12,400, recording an 8.6% drop to a low of 11,370. The deterioration correlation between Bitcoin and the U.S. stock market and the simultaneously slump of BTC and gold buoy the bull case for BTC when stocks decline. What do technical analysts think? I don't really care what technical analysts think. Let's talk about the fundamentals, because we're on a long-term time frame. You're always looking at fundamentals, not technical analysis. Here's what I believe in, and I'd love to know your thoughts. First of all, do you think we're going to have a stock market crash? And when we have a stock market crash, do you think it's going to crash Bitcoin? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I said description, down in the comments. Okay, so here's my thoughts, and I'm going to cover my thoughts here. And I'm very confident in my thoughts, but these are my thoughts. So don't take financial advice from a cryptocurrency entertainment channel. But these are my thoughts. And I'll also tell you sort of, how it guides my actions in cryptocurrency as well. So first thing, my thoughts. My thoughts are this. First things first, you need to understand why we're having a stock market rally right now. It makes no sense that we're having a stock market rally from a fundamental standpoint. The stock market is going up. We've basically recovered everything or most of everything from the pandemic, and we've had this V-shaped recovery. But think about this. The stock market should be an indicator of overall business health, how well our business is doing. Let me ask you a question. Are businesses booming right now? Most businesses are not. Is unemployment way up? It's ticked up, but there are plenty of people out of work right now. There's an article that was put out that over 60% of U.S. restaurants may close permanently. May close permanently. Think about that. That's in spite of the supposed increase in the stock market numbers. Small businesses are hurting. Plenty of people right now are begging for a stimulus check. And they don't even realize that they're literally leading themselves to financial slaughter. But I understand they're hurting. They have trouble paying their bills. Over 30% of people in the month of July, either 6% of people, I think it was, did not, or 16%. Anyway, it was a high number of people that did not pay any mortgage payment. And the remaining amount to equal about 30% did not pay the full amount on their mortgage. That's with a lot of people getting stimulus checks as well. And the question is, where are those stimulus checks coming from? The federal government does not have money except through taxes, printing, and borrowing money. The federal government doesn't have any money. They have to collect money through taxes. And if they don't have enough money through taxes, then they have to print more money or borrow money. And so, which is effectively, in some cases, is printing money. But neither here nor there. The federal government is literally inflating the U.S. dollar right now. They're printing more dollars because they don't have them to cover the bills and to cover the things that they need to cover. So when you understand that, then it's important to understand, like, companies have gotten bailouts right now. How's the stock market going up? Because companies have gotten bailouts. When a company gets a bailout, if you have a company, and let's just say you have a small business, your small business makes $100,000 a year consistently. But this year, because of everything going on with this virus and whatnot, you're at $50,000. But let's just say that you got a government bailout, and that government bailout ended up being $20,000. Well, your business didn't make $30,000 or $50,000. Your business made the $50,000 plus the government bailout, which is $70,000, which doesn't look as bad. On paper, it's like, okay, you only had a 30% drop in business, not a 50% drop in business. And that's essentially what's happening right now. The government is printing money bailing out businesses right now. So it's looking like people are feeling like financially in the corporate sector, they're doing okay. The reality is creating an environment where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. I mean, that's the reality. I don't like to say that. I don't like when people blame economics on that, but that is the political. I mean, that is what's happening right now. But neither here nor there. So what will happen long term? Well, listen, I don't think this continues on forever. I think it will continue on. Donald Trump effectively, through the Federal Reserve and the control that the Fed is on paper independent, but there's a lot of control from the presidency, or a lot of pressure that can come from the presidency. And in all likelihood, they're going to continue this inflation cycle at least through the election. And it may continue beyond that. He may try to just continue it for as long as they can, but it's going to at least go through the election. But at some point, the stock market is going to crash. Now, I think this indicator may even go higher. We may see a 1.8. We may see a 1.9. We may even see a 2. That would be historic if we see this indicator hit a 2. I believe that's possible. And at that point, somewhere in there, we will see a crash at some point. I think most likely greater than 50% of the chance that we see it before March of next year, that we're going to see a sizable correction in the market. If we see a crash, what's going to happen at first, I believe that gold prices will go up. And with that, Bitcoin will go up at first. People are going to look for a safe haven. The younger generations are going to look at cryptocurrency. And, people, they're going to buy a cryptocurrency. And truthfully, what they're going to do is speculate on cryptocurrency. They're going to buy it expecting it to go up. That's speculation. But the overwhelming majority of the older population are going to be buying things like gold and precious metals. A lot of your institutions are going to be buying things like gold and precious metals. Some of them may buy Bitcoin. That will cause a fundamental, price shift up in Bitcoin, in my opinion. However, as unemployment, and I do believe unemployment is going to go back down, as unemployment increases, people are without jobs, and as they stop sending stimulus checks, eventually the stock market will pull back. It's not right now. The stock market, home prices are not, it's amazing. Unemployment overall is up, but home prices are going up as well. Why? Because they lowered the interest rate so people can borrow more money easily. The people working right now who have jobs can borrow more money easily, and it causes the price of it's an inflation measure that basically causes the price of real estate to go up because more people are buying a bigger home. However, that ends at some point. And when it ends, I believe if we see a large decline, 30%, 40% or more in the stock market, then I believe that we will see an absolute crash in cryptocurrency. And we may see a pullback in gold, but the crash in cryptocurrency will be far larger. Why? It will be a smaller audience buying. It will be a younger audience buying. And it will be a smaller, higher risk portion of institutional portfolios. So I believe the institutions may sell cryptocurrency because it will drop faster, and they may move back into stock as prices get cheaper, and or they may move over to gold. But I believe they'll abandon cryptocurrency before they abandon gold. At the same time, the average individual investor is going to be selling because they need that money to pay bills. They need that money to pay for that house, to pay rent, to pay mortgage, to pay the car note, maybe even the credit card. So they'll be selling it for the need. They actually need the capital to live on. And I believe that we can see a substantial crash in Bitcoin. Substantial. Like greater than 50%. Maybe even 80 to 90% crash in Bitcoin. So as I tell you that, why am I still buying Bitcoin? Absolutely. I buy Bitcoin every single month. Why? Because I don't have a crystal ball. And the world has an uncanny way of not ending. I don't have a crystal ball. I do believe long term, the reason I'm buying every month is because I'm dollar cost averaging. I don't know when it's going to turn and when it's going to take a dip. I do believe the dip is coming. Not worried about it. I believe it's coming, and I'm just going to be buying more Bitcoin. Long term, as we get out of this economic cycle, it may be brutal, it may be painful, but as we get out of this economic cycle, I do believe there's going to be a move to the digital dollar in the U.S. Russia and China are already looking at cryptocurrencies for their countries. I believe that's going to put more attention on decentralized cryptos like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. And I believe that we'll ultimately start to see a price move up. And we'll see another dip because I think central governments are ultimately going to attack Bitcoin through regulations in a way they never have before. I believe we'll see another dip potentially, but on the way back up. So I think we're going to see a dip with the major stock market crash. I think it's going to go back up. I think we'll see another dip in cryptocurrencies after that bull market, and that's going to be from government regulations. But I believe beyond that, we'll start moving back to all-time highs and start going towards mass adoption. Now, I'm not trying to predict how long that's going to take, probably 5 to 10 years. I'm just guessing. I don't really know. But I do believe that we're going to see a major stock market crash, and I do believe it's going to be a pullback in Bitcoin. Huge. So do I believe that you should be investing in cryptocurrency right now? I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you that I am investing in cryptocurrency right now because I don't have a crystal ball and I could be wrong. However, it doesn't matter. I believe that you should choose 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 cryptocurrencies that you believe in. Understand the fundamentals. And I'm going to do a full video on this in the future. Understand the fundamentals and dollar cost average. But then beyond that, I'm all about earning passive income with cryptocurrency. When you have a passive income, okay, so listen, think about this for a moment. If you own a cryptocurrency and you're able to earn, a 10% passive income, and you can make more than that. I mean, crypto.com, the CRO token's paying 16, 18% right now. I got a video that's going to be coming out later this week of a cryptocurrency that price has been, relatively stable, solid project anyway, higher risk than Bitcoin, obviously, and Ethereum, but they're doing over 18, 19+%. I forget the percentages, but I think it's over 20% that they're doing. And that video will be coming out later in this week. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss it. But let's just say you can earn 10% in cryptocurrency. I mean, I've got Bitcoin accounts that are earning 5% interest, and that's in Bitcoin. But let's just say that you're earning 10% on a cryptocurrency. Well, if you're earning 10% and the cryptocurrency is valued at say $100, if the value of the currency drops by $90, you earn 10% interest. So it's technically a wash. Being able to earn a passive income in cryptocurrency allows you to be able to basically offset any potential losses, and it allows you to consistently earn, gain, or buy more cryptocurrency. So when the price goes back up, when you're not only are you dollar cost averaging or investing in a passive income with cryptocurrency, but then when the price goes up, you're able to basically compound the earnings because you've been earning an income. Nothing sucks more than owning something like just Bitcoin or just Ripple and watching it go up or down and nothing you can do with it. Now, I do dollar cost average and I do hold Bitcoin in that way, but it's frustrating just to watch it go up and down. But when you're earning a passive income off your other investments, and I love passive income investments. In fact, I'll take it even further. I think the wave of the future during the time that we're in right now, I think absolutely everyone should be learning to build a part-time cryptocurrency business. Absolutely everyone should be building a part-time cryptocurrency business because I believe cryptocurrency is the wave of the future, but I'll save that for another video. Listen, if you haven't seen my video on investing in cryptocurrency as a beginner, I'll put that at the end of this video so you can go ahead and watch that. I highly recommend you watch that. I'll put it down in the description or the comments as well. I'll pin it in the comments as well. I highly recommend that you watch that. But just keep in mind in the back of your head, how can I start a cryptocurrency business? Because I'll be doing a video on that in the future if you want. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see that video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you always go down below, subscribe to our cryptocurrency passive income newsletter. If you believe in cryptocurrency, you believe in the fundamentals of where cryptocurrency is going, and you believe that cryptocurrency is the technology, the wave of the future, you're one of the few people, you're one of the early adopters. You got here before everybody else. Congratulations. Just hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, and watch that video, Cryptocurrency Investing for Beginners. Thank you so much. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.